family, this is Trish, and welcome to this special episode of Pieces of She. This is actually the very first episode that I'm kicking off season 3, and I decided to do a senior season because I feel like the older people in our community have a lot to say. They have a lot of nuggets to share with us and a lot of things that we can learn from them. Unfortunately, in this crazy environment that we live in today, it seems like morals and values have gone down the drain. So I wanted to reach back and get some nuggets from older people in the community, and maybe we can, learn some things and start to exercise some of the great things that made our country so wonderful. So today I have a very, 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 very special lady, Miss Lula May, and she happens to be my grandmother. She is 91 years old. So, welcome, Granny.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you agreed to do this interview, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say, because you've been on this earth for a very long time.
Yes, I have.
All right, now I did not get the answers to these questions, so I'm just going to have you answer them. I normally introduce people by my famous 5 questions, but I was so excited to get this interview started, I didn't ask them. So my famous 5 questions are, where are you from?
Louisiana.
Which part?
Oak Grove, Louisiana.
Oak Grove, okay. Is that like by New Orleans?
No, it's good ways from there.
Okay.
It's more closer to Monroe and Delaware.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And then you are from, they call it the silent generation. Now that's born between 1927 and 1945, right? So you're in the silent generation. I don't know why they call it the silent generation.
I was born in 1928.
28. Okay. And then what kind of household did you grow up in? Did you grow up in a 1-parent or a 2-parent, or with your grandparents?
My grandparents.
Okay.
One parent.
Your grandmother or grandfather?
Well, my grandmother.
Your grandmother
And my
and your mom. Gotcha. Okay. Now, how many siblings do you have? How many brothers and sisters do you have? Well, did you have? 4. And you were where? Were you the oldest? Were you the next one? Were you the youngest? Okay, so you were the second oldest. Okay, good. Now, what did you have? 2 brothers, sisters? You
There
had
were 3 girls and 1 boy.
3 girls and 1 boy. And now they're all passed on? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, we are glad you're still here
I am
with us. And just because you're my grandmother, I know that you are a Capricorn. So that's my famous 5 questions. So let's get started. Now, when you grew up, tell me a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I was a child, and I liked it to play with the few kids who was there. We was there on the place together, Some people might call it a plantation, but it wasn't no plantation. It was just a white man had some land and stuff, and we worked there with them, And we got along good, me and the kids,
Okay.
We loved one another as sisters and brothers.
Now, when you say the kids, like the owner of the house's kids?
No.
Oh,
The neighbors, what was there?
gotcha.
Their kids.
Okay. How many kids were there about? Like, on the, I'm not going to call it a
Well, it was
plantation, but...
quite a few of them. There was about 10 or 12 of us.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But we didn't have that many in my
Okay.
house.
Yeah. Now, was your house, how did your house look? Because I know my other grandmother, because you're my mom's mom, my dad's mom also grew up in Louisiana, but closer to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I've seen those houses, and they're really small, like the house that she showed me that she grew up in.
Yeah.
So how was your house?
Our house was small too. There wasn't no such thing as no living room. That was a bed and had to sleep in too, So we had to sleep in. It was a 3-bedroom.
No, that's 3 bedrooms is nice, actually. Now, did you guys have a bathroom inside, or did you have to go outside,
We
like
had
an
to
outhouse?
go about a mile up.
Oh my goodness. A mile?
No, it wasn't no mile, but I just
It seemed like it.
It seemed like it never about a mile. We had to go a long ways out
Yeah.
there.
Wow.
And they finally built us an outhouse
Okay.
with a brick floor in it.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we thought we had some.
Well, back then you did, you know. All right. So, what were the times like when you grew up? Like, I know that back then there was a lot of blatant like racism. Did you ever experience anything like that?
No.
Really? That's great. In
No,
Louisiana? Wow.
In Louisiana, the part I was in.
Yeah.
No, but Mississippi and, you know, and then Mississippi was Mississippi and Arkansas. That's where it really was.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Okay.
where it really was.
Okay.
But in my place was pretty good.
Good. That is really
Good.
great to say that you grew up
I know it down
without having to deal with anything like that, you know?
Right.
Okay. So, did you like your town, your
Yes, I
city?
did.
Yeah.
I liked it. You know, on a Saturday,
Mhm.
we would get ready and go to the little town in a wagon. You know, we
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like with the horses?
Yeah, with the mules through the wagon. You
Okay.
know, they carry us to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Now I know back then too. Just from watching movies and hearing stories, I don't know, like the girls wore like dresses, right?
Yeah,
Only like
yeah.
you guys couldn't wear pants, right?
Well,
Or-
the only pants we wore was some overalls later.
Okay. Okay. Now, question: what did your grandmother and your mom do for a living?
Well, my mom, she cooked for the people that we stayed on,
Uh-huh.
on the place.
Uh-huh.
She cooked for them for years, you know, till
Okay.
we moved off of their place. And my grandmother, she cooked and raised some,
Mm-hmm.
and that was
Yeah.
about
Did
it.
you ever see your grandmother breastfeed their children?
No.
No. Okay. I
No,
just
I
had.
didn't.
I have a question.
I didn't.
I don't know. I just be wanting to
Yeah,
know.
because she did that. They did that. That's the only way they fed her. And my grandmother, I remember hearing her say, she babysat and waited on these white people, you know, and they had a little baby the size of her.
Uh-huh.
And she had to breastfeed them,
Right.
one on each side.
Wow. Oh, so their baby and her baby.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that was way back in the South side, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Okay. So then, what about schooling? Did you go to school?
Oh, yeah, I went to school. They built some little, one was as big as this room here.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it was. And they would get a teacher from somewhere
Mm-hmm.
that said she was a school teacher. And she would walk by miles and miles and miles to the school to teach us.
Right.
And I finally finished the 11th grade.
Oh, really? That's
I
wonderful.
thought it was.
So it was that school you did all throughout? Is that one school?
No,
Oh, okay.
I had to go to the place called Old Grove, Louisiana,
Okay.
to Cedar Grove.
Okay.
That's where I went.
When you got older?
When I got older and finished down them little schools down in the country.
Yeah.
So anyway, after when I finished Cedar Grove, I went to Pioneer,
Mm-hmm.
Louisiana,
Okay.
and I finished there.
That's
Like
wonderful.
1 year
Really?
from finishing there.
Uh-huh.
And I met up on Ollie.
And Isla is who? My grandfather?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
tell me about that. I'm interested
And the
about that.
reason me and him got married, I had a cousin down there
Uh-huh.
named Lila May.
Yeah.
He liked it her,
Oh, okay.
but she liked it another boy called Little May.
Okay.
She told me, you like him now. I like Little May. Well, I went on. Me and her were good friends.
Right.
She was my cousin. I listened to her. And I got tired of it all.
For how long?
Oh my goodness, 60-some years. She got tired of a little man. They finally got married.
Uh-huh.
And both of them, I think, now is dead.
Really?
Yeah, I think they did.
Were they married a long time too?
Yeah,
Like you
a
guys?
long time like we guys, and they had kids.
Okay.
They was in Denver, Colorado, and I was one another day.
Wow.
That was the kids that, you know, and then,
Yeah. Now then, okay, so then you met Granddad.
yeah.
It was. Now he was in the military. Was he in the
He was
military at
out.
that time?
He was out.
Oh, he was out of the
He was
military.
out, yeah.
And where did y'all meet? Where were y'all at?
We was down there at Pioneer, Louisiana.
Like where you at?
Pioneer,
Like, a
Louisiana.
club? Where you at? Like where?
No, wasn't no club.
Yeah.
No.
At school? Where you meet him at?
We'd meet at the school. They'd come down and have ball games, you know, and things like
okay,
that. We'd
yeah.
meet up at the school.
Yeah.
So finally, he had told my mama that we was going to get married and asked could I marry him.
He told her before he told you.
Yeah. So she agreed, but I didn't want to marry the man.
Why not?
My cousin told me to. My cousin Lila me. Listen at her.
Okay. So here's what I wanted to. Okay, so then you guys had kids. How many kids did you have?
13 or 14.
Seems to me like you kind of liked him a lot.
Well, they told me that once you get married, you stay together till death do you part. I didn't know no better.
Yeah. Well, thank God you did, because guess what? I'm here.
Yeah.
Because I'm your baby's kid. So if y'all wouldn't have been together that long, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
We wouldn't be having this conversation. So God is good.
Oh,
And-
yes, he is.
Yeah. Yeah. God is good. And, okay, so then what brought you guys, now was he from Louisiana too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what brought you guys all the way here to Las Vegas?
But he come here first. He was a big, horse man. And some
sorry.
folks would come here from Vegas every year down there to visit some people in Louisiana,
Right.
Cut Callahan and all them, you
Yeah.
know. So he come out here. Me with my crazy self, instead of staying down there in Louisiana, liking who I was liking, I kept on till I got out here.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I am having so much
I
fun
know.
right now.
till I got out here where he was.
Okay. So this was before any kids ever came.
No, I had
Oh, you had some.
three.
How many? Yeah,
I come
three.
out here with 3 kids.
Okay. Okay.
And had 10 after I got
After
here.
you-
Now you know that was a shame.
Well, you have a big family, so you have
I had a big family. I got 7 now, only 7 now.
7 kids, and you
Mhm.
have grandkids, you have grandkids, and I believe you have greats.
I do.
So you have what, like 5 generations, maybe?
4 or 5.
4 or
yeah.
5? Do you know about how many grandchildren
No,
you possibly
no,
have?
I don't know that.
I stopped counting, but I know it's over 200.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
do
have a
too.
lot of
a
grandchildren.
lot of them.
Yeah. And there's pictures everywhere
Yeah.
of everybody. So that is wonderful. So here's a question I have for you. So you have so many grandchildren, and a lot of your grandchildren are going to see this video. What is some advice that you would give to, your grandkids growing up right now?
Just try to, I don't know, be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of things, that people will say. You got to overlook it.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at them, like I did.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times people will say, well, she's scared, It don't mean that.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
No,
It's a
you're
time and place for everything.
That's right.
But I will say this, just being your granddaughter, I do know that you and my grandfather have 2 totally different ways of looking at stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because he was very, very confrontational when I was growing up.
Oh, yes.
And I
Oh,
think
yes.
most of your kids and grandkids probably
Took
took
after
after him.
They did. None of them take after me. None of them take after me because I'll go along and I don't say nothing.
Right.
They might think, well, she's scared. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you think I am, you try me.
Run up, huh?
Yeah, try me. I ain't scared. No, 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 no.
Really? That is so funny. All right, so you guys got married, had 13 kids,
Yeah.
your grandkids, everybody is here. So what is the most valuable lesson that you've learned in your 91 years of living?
Well, you know, a lot of people will say, Trish, you should get up every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You should get up and go to church, you know, every day, you know, and all. You know what
Yeah,
church
you did.
is?
I'm gonna go around the back.
You know,
I'm gonna go
You
around.
right.
if you ain't got church in your heart, what you gonna get up today? I'm getting up going to church. Go to church. Come home and look upside everybody's head and talk about it, you know, like,
Mm-hmm.
what good did it do you to go to church?
You're right. You're right, Gran. That is a great lesson, I believe, that everybody should learn, is that God is inside of you. And you and God can have a great, great relationship.
You know, I sat up there last night and looked at the crucifixion of Christ.
Mm.
Oh, they done him so bad.
Yeah, yesterday
Oh,
was
they done him
Easter.
so bad.
Yeah,
They beat him. They done him so bad.
yeah.
For us.
For us.
And look how we doing. Is we appreciating?
Right.
Do we appreciate that?
You're right. A lot of us don't. A lot of us don't. And that is one of the reasons why I'm doing this series that I'm doing with our seniors.
Right.
Because you guys have so much information that we hadn't thought about in a while. You know what I mean? And they mean something to humanity. And so I'm really excited that you're sharing your insight and your words of wisdom here.
Oh, yes.
Is there anything that you would have done differently in your life?
I really don't think so, Trish.
Okay.
I really don't think so.
Good.
I
Good.
don't think so.
All right. And then, go ahead.
And then, you know, the boyfriends, what I had, you know, when I was going to school.
Yeah.
I sat up and I think and I look back, Trish, they're all gone.
Yeah.
They're all gone.
Wow.
But I'm still here.
You still here?
Just like Ernestine said every time we talk, we still here. He holding us here for some purpose.
Well, I'll say that I think everybody who is your age, you guys do have a purpose.
Yeah.
Because America is in trouble right now.
I know. I know it.
It's like we forgot how to be decent human beings right now. That's how I feel right now in this.
They ain't
in the
forgot.
world.
They just, I don't know.
Yeah. Like the love is missing.
It is.
So,
It is.
and I don't know. What do you think about our current president we have right now?
I don't know. I just look at him and smile.
Do you? That's interesting.
It is.
I take after
Look
my
at him and
grandfather.
smile. If that was Grandpa, he about to done whooped him.
Yeah, he's something else. I'll just say that
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that a lot of the stuff that's going on in America today is being promoted from there. But that's just me.
It is.
So listen, okay. So what advice would you give to people about the following topics? Education. Any advice?
Well, they say education help you, but I really don't know about that.
Okay.
Because I didn't get I got to the 11th grade.
Yeah.
And
That's further than a lot of people
I know
that
that.
was in your generation. My other grandmother finished the 3rd grade. That's what she told me.
I got
And then
to
she had
the-
to work in the fields.
Well, I got to the 11th grade. And why did I stop? I got married. And my husband told me if I marry him, he'll let me finish that last year in school.
And
He didn't. He didn't. So I didn't get no further in the 11th grade.
well, you got a lot of life learning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, I did mean to ask you that. Did you work in the field?
Oh, yes. Yes,
Picking
indeed.
cotton?
400 pounds of cotton wasn't nothing for me to pick.
400
400
pounds?
pounds.
In a what?
A day.
A day?
The day wasn't gone. And then the other kids was on in the field picking cotton too. Their daddy would whoop some of them, you know, because they couldn't do as much as I could do in the field. He would whoop them.
So he compared them to you?
Yeah, he would whoop them.
Wow.
And 400 pounds, I'd pick it and pull off my sack and walk across the field and talk and meddle with the other people.
Wow.
400.
That's a lot.
I know. And it wasn't but $1.
For what? For how? For 100?
Yeah.
Well, you got paid $1.
That's all they got paid too.
Ma'am, no. Believe me, this United States of America got paid a lot of money off y'all picking cotton. For real.
Well,
Y'all just got a portion of it.
we got a portion of it, and then when they get to a bale of cotton,
Yeah.
they put it on the wagon. I love that. Because I'd follow him to my cousin, would let me go to the gin with him to gin the cotton. And I'd get that bologna and that bread. We'd get that. We's going to get some bologna when we got a bale of cotton out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Now, how young were you when you started working in the field?
Like 10 or 11, something
Right.
like that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, but that 400 pounds of cotton, I'd get that.
Yeah. Now, what kind of work? Did you do any work when you got here to Vegas, or did you just raise the kids?
Oh, yes. I worked at the Sands Hotel.
Okay.
About, what, 10 or 12 years.
Mm-hmm. Doing maid work?
Maid
or?
work, that maid work.
Yeah.
Maid work.
So you worked hard all your life.
All
huh?
my life. I worked hard, yeah.
Now, what did Granddad do?
He worked hard, too.
Where did he work?
He worked at Mercury Song,
Uh-huh.
and he worked at hotels,
Okay.
like I did.
Yeah.
And then when he died, they say he wasn't at Mercury long enough, but he get the money. Okay, I started once trying to get it.
Yeah.
After they said I couldn't, I let it alone.
Right. That was at the Nevada test site, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
But they tell me that I still can get it, but I'm not going.
You need to get it, Grand.
Well, I tried once, and I didn't.
Well, I'll help you if they're saying you can do it.
They
Who is
say
they?
They say I can do
But
it.
who is they, though? Who said you
Some
can
of
do
the
it?
people. They
What
don't
people?
know. I don't know.
Okay. All right. We'll
Some
talk
of
off.
them would
We'll
got-
talk offline about
Yeah,
that.
some of them would just done already got it, you know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
You know, so I don't worry about nothing. I ain't
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
That's a funny thing too.
Yeah.
Nothing I ain't got don't bother me.
Okay. That's good.
Mm.
So, what advice would you give people about relationships?
Trish, that's one thing we need to do.
Okay.
Try to love our people if nobody else. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's so many of them, you know, just don't like the folks, and I ain't nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Nothing you can do about it. But me, I love all of them.
Good.
I do.
Okay.
And a lot of times, you know, if there's a sale on at these stores, and I tell them, bring me so-and-so, and they say, what you gonna do? I said, wait a minute. I said, I don't know who might come along and say they're hungry
Mm-hmm.
and need something to eat.
Right.
Go in there and get you something
Yeah.
and eat it. I'm not able now to get up and cook like I used to,
Right.
but I tell you what, I got food in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And anybody that's hungry and want it,
Mm-hmm.
they can go in there and get them something they can cook
Right.
and eat.
Yeah. So you
I got
have always been a giver like that, Greg.
Yeah.
You are a giver.
Oh, yeah.
You give a lot.
Yeah, I got 2 rooms in there. You know, it ain't no mention or nothing. But I tell you what, it's decent enough for you to go in there and lay down.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if not, look in the closet and get you some stuff and remake the bed up yourself and lay
Yeah.
down.
That's true.
You know.
So get back to love. What advice would you give people about money?
Well, just like if I got a dime and you need a nickel, get to you.
Okay. So share your money.
Yeah.
All right.
Everything you got, you know.
Yeah. And we kind of touched on this already. The advice you would give to people about God. And I think earlier you said that God is in you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
That's great advice.
And I tell my people, you know, when they come out to give me my sacrament, you know, sometimes we sit down and we have a long talk. I said, let me tell you something. I said, every time the church don't come home, I said, I don't be there. I said, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Don't forget I know the man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know him.
Mm-hmm.
I never will forget the Sunday that
That you...
I'm going to let that alone.
Okay.
I'm going to let that alone because I know him. You know what I mean? I do.
Oh, God is real.
Oh,
for
yes,
sure.
I know it.
Yeah.
I know.
Have you ever heard God audibly speak to you? Like a voice, like I'm speaking to you? Have you ever heard God speak to you
Well, I
that
ain't
way?
gonna lie. I know I have.
Okay. It's funny because I have, and it's only been like maybe twice in my life, but it's a lot of emotions that come with it. It's,
Right.
it's scary, it's exciting, it's a lot of stuff. It's all kinds of emotions. So I just wondered that about. What advice would you give to people about food and your diet and eating? Like what kind of things do you eat?
I eat anything when I take appetite.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up, I don't have no appetite.
Mm-hmm.
But when I do get appetite, I eat.
Right.
They tell me don't eat, well, you got diabetes, don't eat no sugar. Well, shit, I eat anything I want.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that girl come here yesterday and brought me a bag of jelly beans, and I've been wanting to open them and eat them so bad ever since she brought them. But I ain't opened them yet, but I'm going to get in.
Okay.
I'm going to get in.
What advice would you give people about family?
Be nice to your family.
Okay. All right. Now you mentioned diabetes, because that's one of my questions.
Yeah,
Now, do
they
you
say-
have any health
They say I
issues?
got diabetes.
Okay. Or do you do like insulin, or
I take pills.
pills for it? Okay.
Pills, that's all.
And then what else? Do you have anything else? Just diabetes?
No, just take them pills.
Okay. And it keeps it under control and
I
everything.
guess it do.
Good. Now, how do you know if you're having do you get dizzy or?
Yeah, I get dizzy and I feel funny, you know, and all like
Yeah.
that. And I have somebody come and take my sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And if they say, send such a thing, well, I know to drink some orange juice. I eat something, bring it on back up,
Yeah,
carry it
yeah.
down, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Good. All right. My goodness, we have covered a lot. What is the best thing that you've ever done in your life?
Had them kids, all
Yeah.
I know. That's all
That
I
is a
know.
blessing, though.
That's all I know. I had 14 kids.
Yeah. Now, how old were you had the first kid?
Let me see, when I had that first kid, I was what, 18? I think.
18?
Was I 18?
So was I. I was 18 when I had my first child.
Yeah, 17 or 18. I think it was 18.
And then, are they all like?
Step. 2
Really?
in 1 year.
Oh my goodness.
Some of them 2 in 1 year.
Really?
They in June.
Well, you say my
They 2 in
grandfather
1
was
year.
something else.
Yeah. And I was too. And I was too, Trish.
I love you, Greg.
You know one thing, what I'm glad about, all of my think is by the same name.
Okay.
I read it.
I love you, Greg.
Trish, I read.
I hope so.
I hope so. All of them by the same name.
Well, we'll never know.
No, sure won't.
All right. Oh my God, I'm having so much fun. All right, so what do you think the biggest difference is from the world then, like when you were growing up, and now? Like, what's the biggest difference?
Well, people were more lovely back then toward one another
Yeah,
than they are now.
yeah. What do you think made the change? Like, why do you think people are not as loving nowadays?
I really don't know, Trish, because this is why I think so. Okay, back at that in my time, we all was the same thing. We all wore the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, now they come out here and some can do more than others and got more than others. That's what I think brought on the change.
So maybe like jealousy and
Yeah.
stuff. Like some people like maybe
Yeah.
they want what this person has, so then now they're not going to be nice to this person.
And that person has got something. Okay, I got something. You can't get it.
Yeah.
So I'm more than you.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're the same.
Yeah. That's true. Because we're all humans. We're all
Right.
people.
Right. We're all God's children.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
Yeah. I think everybody is definitely God's children, but everybody ain't working for God.
You know, I know that.
It's some people working for the
I
other
know.
side.
I know.
Woo. All right. So, this is the last question I have on here, and then I'm going to just open it up and you can say whatever you want to say. But how do you feel living in the United States of America as a black woman?
I feel all right.
Yeah.
I feel all right because I don't bother nobody and nobody don't bother me. So I feel all right.
Well, good. I'll just tell you, I love being a black woman. And
Me too.
I wouldn't want to be anything else other than a black woman.
Me
I think we are very strong, caring,
Right.
loving
Right.
people.
And we have a better chance.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything else that you wanted to cover, that you want to talk about, that you want to give some advice about or tell people? Oh,
Well,
I did want to ask you this. Did you drink and smoke
Oh,
growing
yes.
up? You did?
Yeah, I did.
Now, how old were you when you stopped all that?
Well, I stopped all that about 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So in your
Well, I-
70s?
Yeah, I used to stay drunk every day. Smoke every night, but I didn't bother nobody.
Right.
I just loved to get with a bunch, and we drank and had fun.
What kind of, did you drink beer? Did you drink wine?
Oh,
What
I drank all of
did
beer,
you?
whiskey, and all of it.
Oh.
I never liked no wine in there.
You didn't like wine?
That wasn't strong enough.
And so, and you smoked cigarettes?
Yeah, ooh.
Did you ever smoke anything else?
No,
Oh,
nothing
okay.
but cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I smoked all kind of cigarettes. Chesterfield, Lucky's, you name it. I
Yeah.
smoked them cigarettes.
Granny, I don't remember you ever drinking. I do remember Granddad. I remember he used to drink Coors beer.
And whiskey and stay drunk
And-
every
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Drunk, get drunk, out, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
do
you were the
that.
opposite. So he acted up and you just was chilling.
Right.
Okay. Well, I tell you, a lot of your family took
I
after
know.
your husband.
I know that. I know that. Many of them take after me. Because I drank and didn't nobody know I drank.
Yeah, I did. I really did.
A lot of them will say, now, you ain't never drank. Yes, I did.
I knew you smoked, but I didn't know you drank.
I stayed drunk every day.
You had to do it all the damn kids up.
Well, I just love to stay drunk to have fun. I did. I love to drink to have fun. I'd go to work at night. When we get to stealing them white folks' money. God. You know Joanne talking about her friend Ernestine?
Yeah.
God. Me and Ernestine. And then there was another one named Elsa Randolph. You might know her.
I don't know her.
Anyway, she's a beautician up there with them, you know.
Okay.
We three.
Uh-huh. Three amigos. Yeah.
And me and Ernestine, we go and do a room. And we seal our whiskey and stuff. You know.
Right.
We didn't bother that room then. We let it alone.
Right.
And when we get through with all the rest of them, we
Go
go
back.
in there and sit down to the table. Boy, like it album. Like it was album. And honey, we do some drinking.
Oh my God.
We do some drinking.
That's funny.
And Ethel Randolph, I never will forget. The last time we did this, I think, she come to work that day. She had a husband,
Uh-huh.
and his name was Randy,
Uh-huh.
and he was in the army. And she said, you know, said my phone gonna be cut off tomorrow if I don't pay my phone bill.
Oh no.
Yes, I go and say, I think she said $60-something on her phone bill of 91.
Yeah.
But I told her, I said, wait a minute. I said, let me tell you something. I said, it won't get cut off. I said, go down there and look in room 109. Up in that closet. Up in that closet. In that, what do you call it?
What?
Coat.
Yeah.
That, what is it?
The coat pocket.
Yeah, what kind of coat is it
The
nowadays?
tuxedo.
No, the women's, what, fur coat.
Oh, the fur coat.
Yeah, I said, look up in that fur coat. I said, in that pocket. And get your money out there. She did.
Phone stayed on.
I want to call her. And ask
Did
her
she
if
remember?
forgot it. I ain't forgot it. How we used to steal at the sand. God, we
Oh, my
stole them
God.
right from one. That's how I got fired. That's how I got fired from the sand.
Granny,
Stealing
I
their
love
money.
you.
I stole their money and got fired. Me, it was another Lula Mae Burks. Me and her name the same thing.
Right.
She had one room there, and she like it, to be made up. She said, I got that room down there to be made up. Said, I don't know what's wrong. Said, the people won't get out. I said, well, we gonna do it. She wouldn't have got into it, having for me.
Really?
So finally, we seen the people go out. I said, come on, let's go.
Right.
We went down there. So when we got down there, if we'd had any sense, on the end of the dresser was a purse.
Oh, right.
That was a little shiny purse, and then I'm going to say them little purses, I said, God, look at him. I said, we found something.
Yeah.
Didn't have to say nothing. No, the purse was laying out there too much. Well, we went there and counted it and looked at it. I said, well, we ain't going to get it now. I said, come on, let's do the room. Then we can do it.
Right.
So we did the room, got ready to come out. I said, come on now, let's get it. Good, we didn't get it for $50.
Right.
Cause
Yeah,
there
anything
we
more than
might-
that, you would have been to jail.
No, we went to the pen. We did go to jail. Oh, we went to jail. Shit. You think we didn't go to jail? Wait a minute, the police was standing out there waiting on us. They carried us over to the front. Waited till we changed clothes. We changed clothes, me and her. So they were told our places like they were women too.
Right.
They know.
Right.
So they carried us to the jail. We went on down there.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
I had socks in my purse, money in my purse, cigarettes in my purse, everything in my purse. Girl, wasn't nothing in there belonged to them but the money. And all that other stuff, it was stole too. But they give
They
it back
just wanted
to
the
me.
money.
They just wanted the money.
Oh, my God.
Girl, and I went in there, we stayed about an hour. I got out.
Oh, good.
When I got
Your
out,
husband got you?
no.
Who got you out?
Good, that old husband of my sister,
Oh,
Jane
okay.
Reed.
Okay, okay.
He come down there and got us, but he got us. But one thing about it, I had the money to pay him for getting it out.
Right.
Because he'd have thought I'd have wanted to marry him.
Oh, my goodness.
He was something else. He was something else. But anyway, and when I got out, I went and got her out. I ain't been in there since.
Thank God.
I went to court. And the judge, the lawyer, what I had, I try to think of his name. But he told me, I lied to that man so, and he told me, he said, if you ever need anybody else, he said, give me a call. And he'd keep up with me every so often.
Oh, good.
I didn't need that man. I was
Right.
lying. I was just lying. I was lying. I told him, I said, mister, I said, yeah, I did. I said, but I got all these children. My husband wasn't done right. And I had to do something to try to
To
feed
take
my
care of the
children.
kids.
And he
Yeah.
looked over, he said, well, I'm going to help you.
Oh, good.
And I was lying like a dog.
Well, you got home to them kids.
Yeah.
Well, Granny, I will say this. I will say that I have learned some things I know. And I so appreciate you doing this interview. It's been fun. It's been exciting. Like, you cracked me up. I knew I loved you, but I love you. You are amazing.
And
Amazing
then back
woman.
home, girl, I used to go fishing with my grandma.
I remember going fishing with you at Lake Mead.
But back in Louisiana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, my grandmama was getting me carry me on the fish hole. Night we come back home. Sometimes we wouldn't catch nothing, but I'd have to set that wood. I couldn't tell her, you know, I'm ready to go, you know, let's
Right,
go.
right.
Couldn't say nothing. I just set that wood.
Yeah.
And she throw me some biscuits and something in a bucket to eat, you know,
Right.
while we know we're going to be gone all day.
All day.
Yeah.
And
I
that's hot and
loved my
humid
grandma.
there.
Loved my grandma.
What was her name?
Lula. That's her up yonder.
Oh, her name was Lula as well?
Lula. Her name was Lula, too.
Oh, okay. What was your mom's name?
Rosa.
Okay.
Rosa. And I got a picture of everybody but my mom.
Yeah. And what about your dad?
I don't know.
You didn't know him?
He went on and left me when I was, they say I was a year old, I think. Yeah, he went on and left me. He went to some part of Mississippi.
Gotcha.
I never heard of him before. He went to the army.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know, so he ain't living now, I know.
Yeah,
If
probably.
he
I'm
was,
sure not.
I'm sure he was, because if he was, he'd be 200 years old.
He'd be very old.
Yeah, because I'm 91,
Yeah.
and he was 21 when he got with my mom.
Yeah, he'd be over 100.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I just wondering if I got any more sisters, brothers, or cousins, or anything. In
Right,
Mississippi.
from him, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, from him.
That's true.
I wonder that, you know. But I ain't going to let it, you know, get me down.
Well, sometimes people don't need to
I
know
got
who their
my
real
mother,
daddy is.
yeah, I got my mother and father's marriage license.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You should be able to find out.
Well,
I
it
bet
should
you.
be. Should be.
They have so many websites and stuff with the
Yeah.
ancestors and stuff. I'm sure you could.
Them marriage license, Michelle told me if I get them, she probably could help me.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I got them because we was looking at them the other week.
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father's marriage license.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up. Thank you so much. You are
Yeah.
amazing. I love you. And I can't wait for the world to hear about the adventures of Miss Lula May.
Yeah, and you come back and talk with me some more.
Definitely.
Sometime when
Definitely.
don't have nothing to do, you know.
Okay. Will do.
Yeah.
All right.
And Bertismay, you stay close to Bertismay, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Probably about a mile away.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we're gonna, on the video, we want to show some of the pictures. So we're gonna show some of the pictures, and I'll put some online as well. My grandmother has pictures of all of her grandkids. Probably not all of them, because this is a whole bunch. I'm sure there's a lot more. I'll post a picture of my beautiful grandmother. I'll post pictures of all her grandkids. And her wonderful husband, and even her mom. I'm gonna take a picture of the picture she has of her mom. I'll put that on my website. So, thank you.
Keyshawn, I have a picture of him.
Yeah, yeah. All of our
Yeah,
fallen souls.
yesterday.
Oh, good, good.
Every time I see her, you know, I kind of have a little funny feeling, but that's all right.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, She family. Okay, let me save this. Save.
You got that for anybody else today?
We did, Trish?
Yeah, I'm done.